What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we have this 2007 CLK280. It is the convertible, as you can see. We're going to be doing a lot of different work to this vehicle. We're doing head unit, front camera, rear camera. We're changing all the lights to LED. We're doing ambient lighting, blind spot system. This thing is getting the works. What we're going to go through mainly in this video is the head unit and the cameras. So we'll show you some bits and pieces on how to install it, how it looks when it's done, and some tips and tricks as we go. Just bear with me on the audio because my microphone is charging. So right now the audio is not the best. It will get better, I promise. So let's go through and have a look at what we're fitting. So the main stuff here we have, guys, we've got the brand new ILX507A. This is a fantastic head unit by Alpine. It's got Apple CarPlay, wired and wireless, Android Auto, wired and wireless. And as you can see here, we have a whole bunch of features. Now, if you want to learn a little bit more about that head unit, we have a review on the 511A in the top right-hand corner. Exact same unit, but an 11-inch floating screen. So moving on, we've got the head unit, we've got the fitting kit here. Okay, so that's the fascia that's going to make it all look nice and pretty in the dash. Another part of the fitting kit, steering wheel control interface. So this is going to retain steering wheel controls, factory amplifier, all that good stuff. A couple of little other bits and pieces that we need here for the antenna and steering wheel controls. And that is pretty much it. We've also got our cameras and some of the LED lighting that we're going to be adding. All right, guys, so with all that, what we're going to do now is jump in the car and look at removing the factory radio. Alright, guys, so once we've got the top section and the bottom section all removed, you've basically got 1, 2, 3, 4 Torx 20s, and the whole radio is going to pop out. Okay, so we've got the quad lock connector here, which we've got the part 4 over on the bench. We're going to go and pair that up with the Alpine system. And this is pretty much what the car looks like with the radio removed. What we have here is the steering wheel control interface, so that's going to plug into the quad lock connector we just looked at. This little plug here goes into the interface, and then this plug here goes from the interface to the new unit. And we have the main power for the Alpine unit. So what we're going to do is pretty much hardwire this. You can get plugs to just make it plug and play, but we like to keep it really clean. So we just hardwire everything and solder it up. Got the soldier boy there. Boom, and just like that, guys, we have the harness completed. As you can see, we've used the factory style fabric tape here. Really, really clean. That's what they use on the OEM loom. So everything's all integrated. Mercedes side, Alpine side, steering wheel control plug, all ready to go. So what we're gonna do now is fit the unit to the fascia, and then we'll see how that looks when it's ready. There we have it. The unit is now mounted in the fascia. Now this is actually two pieces. So we've got the main fascia here and then a cage. So the cage slides in, unit slides into the cage, clicks into place. There's a little ring here that goes around it to cover any of the gaps. And then you've got the fascia there. And that is how she is looking. It's looking very, very nice, ready to go into the vehicle. So let's go look at some wiring now. So what we've done so far, we've got the main plug in and connected. That's got all your powers and your speaker and everything, CAN bus wiring that goes into the interface. And you can see we've taped that up with the fabric tape I mentioned before. And that's the Alpine plug right there, ready to go into the unit. GPS antenna is already done. We want that nice and high on the dash. So that's completed. Antenna, okay, so it goes from Farkra to universal, which will plug into our Alpine unit. We have done the digital radio antenna. Okay, so that always goes here on the windscreen. It still needs to be cleaned up, but that is sort of how it looks now. We had all this off, all the wiring's run. We've got the microphone up here just tucked away neatly facing the driver's seat. And all of this stuff is all back in, ready to go. All you need to do is plug in the unit now. You've got your microphone run, you've got your steering wheel control module in, unit is mounted. It's pretty much plug and play now, ready to go. But what we're doing is also adding a reverse and a front camera. So we'll go through some of the wiring and how we're gonna do that, and then I'll show you once we've done it. All right, guys, we're still kicking on with this thing. We've just finished the reverse camera, which is right there. I'll get you a look at that. Okay, so that's a nice little flush mount camera that we sell. It looks really, really nice on the back here. We've already put the back of the car back together, but basically all the wiring runs down with the factory wiring through the original grommet, underneath, all the way underneath the car, down underneath this panel here, and over to the head unit. Now I want to show you something on the head unit. So Alpine use these white direct camera plugs right here. That's for a video camera, like a dash cam, but your reverse camera and front camera are these plugs. You can go ahead and get the adapter for it, or you can hardwire it, which is what we've done. So if you were fitting a Alpine unit that has that direct camera plug, I'm going to link a video in the top right-hand corner right now, and that shows you how to hardwire it. So basically you just want to tap on the video cables to the video input and run it to the back, and that's going to save you, $20 on a plug, or save you from buying the direct camera from Alpine, because we like to use those little flush mount cameras and Alpine don't sell them. So that is that. What we have to do now is the front camera. So we're going to run all the wiring to the front, get that camera mounted, and then we'll start looking at putting the radio back in, and we'll see how it all looks. All right guys, we've got the front camera done now, so I'll quickly show you some of the wiring that we've done and how we've mounted the camera. It looks absolutely amazing. So we've added a ground cable right there on that factory bolt for the camera. As you can maybe see, some of our wiring runs down here with the factory wiring. Pretty much everything else is totally hidden, but if you look right underneath here, so right under the number plate there, that is our camera. It is looking really, really nice right in the center. There are the screws there, and you can see we've shaved them down to stop them from protruding from the top. So for anyone that's interested, that front camera basically can be accessed by a press of a button. As soon as you press that button, doesn't matter if you're driving, how fast you're going, whether the car is, well, the car has to be on. If the car's on, press camera button, you can see the rear and the front camera at any time. Very, very handy for parking, especially with a car like this that has a really long front end. So we've still got a fair few things that we need to do on this vehicle. We need to do the ambient lighting. All of the globes are getting changed to LED. We've got the blind spot system that we're going to do. I probably will do a part 2 video on this vehicle, but for now what we'll do is get the head unit in, have a look at how it all looks, and this video will predominantly just be the head unit and camera installation. Okay guys, so as you might be able to see, we've got all of our wiring here completed. If anything in the wiring side didn't make sense, drop a comment below. But basically, cameras are done, hardwired, antennas there, steering wheel control module is there, microphone, digital radio, which we looked at before. And the last thing that you need to look at is the USBs. So with these new Alpine units, the USB cables are attached to the unit itself. You can run them into the glove box, you can run them wherever you want. We're going to put them in the center console. So what I'm going to do is start plugging in everything. Don't worry about where it goes. Each plug will only fit into one port. And then we'll put the unit in, get the USBs run into this section, and then I'll continue to run them into the center console. Guys, there it is. That is the Alpine unit in. It looks absolutely amazing. The fascia fits perfectly, which is exactly what we want. I'm going to get a lot of this other stuff done over the coming days, and then we'll go through most of these things and also show you more about this unit and how it works. So it's getting late now, so I'm going to pack up and get out of here, and we'll continue on this tomorrow. It has been a big week on the CLK, but it is finally complete. Let's go and have a look at it. First up, we have the LED lighting. So as you can see, we've changed all the globes to LED. It looks so much better, and it will light up the road 10 times brighter. Front camera is still there, looking absolutely awesome. We've got the dash cam right here, as you can see. Just getting a look at that from the back. Okay, that is the dash cam, guys, looking really clean, and as you can see, the wiring is completely hidden. We've got the microphone there for the Alpine unit, digital radio antenna, and of course the unit itself. Get a look at that. That is absolutely insane. Coming over to the back, LED lights for the globes, the reverse camera, very nice and clean right there. We've got the ambient lighting, which runs all the way across over to here. You can see the strip runs along right here, and to be able to retain all of the factory features, we've just got it running behind there. So that'll actually shine through at night, but during the day you won't see it. But at least you've still got complete access over the cup holder and the glove box. Such a good head unit, this system. Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, wireless CarPlay, wireless Auto, wired versions as well, radio, USB, HDMI, Bluetooth audio, really good Bluetooth phone quality. Next up, we've got the blind spot system. So there's one on that side, one on this side. That blind spot system will basically light up when there is a vehicle in the blind spot. If you indicate, it will beep at you, just like a factory system or some factory systems. And if you're in reverse, it will turn itself off. And it also has GPS, so that when you're over or under a certain speed, it won't be annoying you like when you're trying to park. That is pretty much it, guys. So Alpine unit, very, very simple for older cars. This car with the factory amplifier, it's a little bit more in depth, but for most older cars, very easy to just get an aftermarket head unit, get the parts you need and put it in. And that is pretty much it, guys. This slick convertible is now right up to date with some of the latest features. Obviously, we wanted to show you the head unit and some of the other stuff that we've done, like the ambient lighting, the dash cam, front and rear cameras, all that stuff. If you have any questions regarding any of that, drop a comment below. If you've liked the video, like the video, subscribe to the channel. If you want to reach out to us, it's www.shoptfb.com. Go to the contact form. All of our details are there if you need to reach out to us. And that is pretty much it. Thank you all so much for watching, and we'll catch you in the next one.